Hello everyone, Bulky here, back with another sort of Convallaria video. And look at what we have here. So we have the double memory shard event has come back. This time also for a week from the 6th to the 12th, so from Friday to next Friday. And yeah, this is just going to be amazing. We can catch up on our shard farming. If you're not sure what you're going to plan for your shard farming, I have the link to this spreadsheet, our free-to-play meta plan. And basically how this works is you just fill in the details here in this red box here. So this is who you're currently shard farming. So you want to get them to say like 5-star, and you put where they're at the moment. So for example, August at 2-star, and that is on 55 shards there. And this is on today's date, for example, and this would just take off from this date here. And what this means is, for example, if my Sophia is if my Coco is sitting at 4 stars, 43 shards as of today, then she'll be finished this shard farming in slot 2 by the 31st of December. So that means after the 31st of December, we got like Homer who will take over here. And I realized I should have added the date in, so this would have been Homer from the 1st of January 2025 until the 28th if I wanted to push her all the way here to 3-star. And yeah, I just really wanted to go through, I guess, a bit about the sorry, the state of the game now. Like, you know, at the moment we have this event. It's pretty interesting. You know, we have our farming stages, get some nice resources here, and the event shot's pretty good. You know, we have our Castalia, pools, gear, bunch of resources, talent mats and everything. But these stages are, I don't know about you guys, but you know, I do like story, I do like, you know, bit of puzzles on these stages and everything. But to me, this is, you know, sort of Convallaria to me is a strategy RPG. And I feel like the devs have lost their touch with the game. Like, sure, this is pretty fun. We go to these, you know, searches and everything. We talk to our different characters. But where is the real strategy, and where is the real RPG behind this? Like, to me, these events are just puzzles. They give us, you know, these skills, these mechanics on these stages, and it's not like we're really using our units to really shine on these stages. And it's more like, oh, here's these unique mechanics. You have to, you know, kill these monsters, give it back to Coco. Kill this one, give back to Coco. I just want to like unga bunga with my units. Like, I raised my team, my units, for a reason. Not to, like, you know, look down on puzzles or anything, but I didn't really come here for puzzles. I came here to, oh, look how tanky my Coco is. You know, she's 8k HP on this screen, and I just want her to, you know, just go all out against an enemy, fight head to head, do damage, and, you know, maybe like weaker because I didn't have the right, like, you know, stat checks, gear checks, or I didn't push my enemies, push my units to the limit, make the optimal sort of like choices, or like, you know, debuff the enemy, kill them. And I feel like it's so different. Like, you know, when we did the weapon trials back in the day, those were hard. Like, there was some, you know, boss mechanics as usual, but it was hard. It was that, you know, we had to think of creative ways to use different units and grind down the boss. And even in the tarot residual stages, there was like, you know, multiple enemies, multiple elites, and then, you know, you could cheese some, knock some off, and kill the enemies. But I feel like they're lacking the essence of the game at the moment. Sort of Convallaria is, it's puzzle and dragons. Like, we do puzzles, and then, you know, we collect resources, we sweep. And the only other thing we do weekly is pretty much, you know, Tower of Conquest. I think the Tower of Conquest is pretty good. You can auto most of these. I can auto most of the stages by now. And yeah, it's just lost. It's lost its touch. Like, we have Clash, which is, you know, pretty good. We get all these resources, quite easy to hit Radiance. But what happened to the PvP scene? Like, you know, we've been waiting this out for ages. Like, I can still PvP my friends, set up my team. I haven't touched this since like the last tournament I participated in. Shout out to Epiphany and Glorious Hall for, you know, hosting those tournaments. But, you know, I miss it. We had an event where we tried to do PvP, and that's it. They didn't give us anything after that. We could play with friends, but, you know, that there's a limit to playing stuff by yourself. Like, I want the game to actually be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it's just really tough. I just want, I want more out of this game. I expected more out of this game, and yeah, everyone's just leaving, right? I mean, I need to clean up my guild. My guild's free to join, and yeah, people are just leaving left, right, and center. 8 days, 6 days, 4 days, and yeah, even 3 days. Maybe I'll keep the rest, but yeah, free to join. There's no minimum requirements. You don't have to join the Discord. It's there for you guys. But it's just, I wanted the actual strategy, and I wanted the actual RPG. I didn't really come here to do much of these, you know, puzzles, and at the moment it's just like a farming game. We come here, we sweep, we collect our vegetables, and off we go. It's like we're playing Farmville, right? And what are we collecting these resources to? We want to collect these resources to make our units stronger. We want to see our units, you know, hit big numbers, do a lot of DPS, struggle through stages. And I guess, you know, we're getting global deduction, or the new name is universal derivation, tomorrow. So that's going to be really interesting. We can use all the units in our character list, in our box, and yeah, it'll be really fun to, you know, put them through these challenging stages. Use, like, you know, units haven't actually used before, like Nungol. I've raised her up, but look at her skills. I haven't even chosen any skills, and I got like so much resources sitting around. Like, what's that, like platinum medals, 277 legendary engravings, 127 talents. I just don't know what to use them for. I should probably use my pots before they expire though. But it's just, yeah, I just need, you know, a good challenge. Like, I haven't really raised half my equips, and, you know, they've just been sitting there, rotting away in the dust. Yeah, it's got a bunch of new trinkets, no arm guards, one firing, which is nice, and yeah, that's it. It's maxed out. Great. Yeah, 620 hour 500. Lucky doesn't force me to have to scrap through tarots before I farm or something, but it's a tough time for sort of Convallaria. I mean, it's a sort of good thing for me, because Even though I'm keeping up to the game, up to date on the game. What this means is, because there isn't much to do in sort of Convallaria, it leaves me open to play other games, right? I can play my Girls Frontline 2 on the side, which just released, so it's good to push at that. Oh my god, my Cole's 5-star. She even in my house at the moment. Oh, I haven't really checked all the details for ages. Oh yeah, Cole's here, so I need to get rid of her from this decoration screen. So let's remove Cole. And yeah, it's just things. It just creeps up to you that I'm not really, I guess, as invested in the game as I was before, and it feels like it's not just me, it's the game. Like, ever since we didn't have like Tower Versity, there hasn't really been anything to fill the gap. Well, I think a universal derivation is going to be pretty good, but there lacks a competitive element. Like, I want to show off, to my friends, to my guildies, to you guys. I want to see how, how strong my units are compared to you guys. Do different strategies, like my August is 3.3k attack. That's relatively weak by compared to those who've been grinding it out. But I just haven't had the motivation to, really make him stronger. Like, there hasn't been much point to that. All the content I can do is good enough. Like 12% here, 13% there. That can increase all the way to 20, but I just need to roll for it, right? And like Taro is just 10% physical attack, and I feel like that's the bare minimum. But I just haven't gone past the bare minimum because I haven't needed to. And Spiral of Destinies, that's another mode by itself. I've been farming out the Spiral of Destinies a bit here, using my keys every week, and unlocking all these nodes. It's pretty cool, right? But after doing all the endings, I would let me just go to like the traces and everything. I got in a bunch of Destiny traces, emblems, and everything. The endings and story, it's good for the first few times, and after that, there's no like real quality of life or any point in really repeating those stages. And if I really wanted to play a game, Spiral Destinies, I might just go back to a single player SRPG that I haven't played for a while, like, I don't know, Tactics Ogre or something, Triangle Strategy, which is better fleshed out. But Spiral Destinies it's like you only really do it once or twice, and that's it. Like, you don't want to really slog your way through like 50 weeks just to choose a different dialogue option. I mean, even back when the SRPG single player games came out, if we wanted to look at different dialogue, different endings, we have our save files, right? We just go back to a previous save and, oh, let's try something different and see how it goes. I feel like most of the time we really wouldn't go through like a full entire playthrough just for a different dialogue option. There might be different endings here and there, but usually you could just go back to where you left off, where the branch forks off in the story, and yeah, you just continue from there, unless you wanted to, try things out different from the start. Well, that's my thoughts on this. I'm still going to play sort of Convallaria. It's been a fun game, and I guess the main thing is it has so much potential that I feel like I don't know what happened. Like, they lost the actual I I wouldn't say they lost the strategy aspect, because they still sort of have it with the puzzles and everything. I feel like it's lacking the RPG of the strategy RPG. Like, the point of RPG is, you know, you raise your characters, boost up your items, boost up your equips to challenge a formidable enemy, to challenge a big boss. We don't have that. And even with universal duration, that's nice, but it's also missing the competitive aspect. Like, what's the point of, you know, having such strong units when you can't really compare to each other? Like, this is a live service game. I want to show off my Sophia and be like, look, I could get this sort of score on the boss, or I can take this amount of turns to beat a stage, and, you know, people are fighting over each other in the power rankings. Like, YSL, SB, my good friend, you're still number 1 there. And, you know, it's good to see that Wales are pushing at it, but there should be a bigger reason why you want to push your units to the limit. And the best way I can think of that is there needs to be some sort of community aspect. We're not all playing this as a single player game. It is a live service game. We're all on the same server. So there should be a way for us to really compete with each other, let the whales show off. You know, you compare it with your friends, your guildies, and be like, you know, be satisfied. You know, this is how good my units are. I spend all my time, blood, sweat, and effort into raising them up, and, you know, I use these cool strategies, whether I thought of them myself or, you know, I copied off people online. But even copying homework, copying strategies, it's still fun because you're using your own units to beat it. There is that satisfaction that you can beat a stage. Your units are that good, and that's what we need. And devs, if you're listening, I just want to say thank you for such an amazing game, but you guys have gone off the wrong track. You need to bring back the RPG in strategy RPG. You need to give us some sort of competitive endgame content, whether it be PvP, PvE, like Tower Versity, or like the Versity Trek that you're cooking. Roguelike doesn't count. We don't want that, what they call it, pigeon meat method. We need something that we can bite our teeth into. We can use the strong units in our roster. We can show off with our friends and be like, oh my god, this is so cool. I can beat you. Can you beat it? We need to flex our ego, right? Yeah, or even like, you know, some sort of guild raid. We can do like guild versus guild, like, you know, have your guilds fight against like a big boss and be like, oh, you know, guild X and X did so and so damage. Like all these other gacha games where, you know, they have this like guild raid boss, or they have a server boss, and, you know, they have damage rankings. Sure, you won't hit the top because there's the big whales, but the big whales, they're the ones supporting the server. They're the ones really, you know, paying out the cash, so it's fun for them to show off. We fight for the lower rankings. We fight for the middle, lower rankings. You know, most of you are probably free to play or low spenders, but it's okay. We can compare with each other. And the whales can show off to everyone. And it's fun that way. You know, just really comparing your friends. Like, my friends has been dropping by a lot. You know, 86 now. I might need to kick more of them. But I don't even talk to you guys. I don't really interact. There's no community. I feel like in order to have a game be really good, you need to engage with your community, and there's nothing really for us to engage in. The last one I feel was that PvP Clash event, the Smash Hero one. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should go back and join a few tournaments, but I just don't feel that rewarding because it's not part of the game. The game needs to motivate me to do it. there was the ranking challenges in the events. Like we have one coming out, I think it's like next week here. New challenges in 1 day, 4 hours. Okay, so it's coming. But are you going to give us rewards for that? We can flex on the rankings, but it'd be nice that, you know, we get something special for pushing hard on those stages. Like the last one in the Shadow Calamity, everyone pushed hard. The top rankings were like changing daily, and I even looked at, you know, the KR, JP versions, and everyone was like really hyped up. Why aren't you giving us rewards? Why aren't you making this a thing? Like every event, it's like who'll be #1, and you know, like you could do like, you know, there's rankings for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then top 10, top 100, top 200, top 1%, 5%, 10%, 50%, and you know, you could keep most of the rewards near the bottom, but still have the top rewards as, you know, big achievements. You can, you know, it doesn't have to be that impactful for the game. It's just something cool that you can have, you can flex, you can show off. You know, for example, you can give us, you know, different frames, like, you know, backgrounds, you know, frames. These aren't hard to design. I'm sure. Like, you know, it could be, oh, you got this for being, you know, top 10, top 100 in the Calamity event, and you know, even putting this down and say like 100 here, and then it's like, wow, this guy was top 100 for this event. I think that's cool. You don't have to spend that much time or resource. You just need to give us something cool that we could show off. You know, or title like, you know, Smash Hero, top 100, top 1%. Just give us something. I think I've been yapping for way too long, and yeah, that's all there is to it at the moment. I'm still going to keep playing the game, at the very least until next year. It's been a really enjoyable journey, and thank you everyone so much for coming along. But I think it's time for us to really consider, what are we playing this game for? And for me, I'm still going to wait. I'm going to hope that we get this sort of competitive mode. And yeah, it's been a fun journey. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.